tell everyone that they're. Now we all relax.
I gotta change my clothes.
Is that in the cooler over there?
I'm sure it is. If it is, then you are welcome to it.
Came like foaming out. Yeah.
I can ask him.
Just gotta
there's a technique.
Release
little at a time.
Release the air a little bit by
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
We are live on YouTube, or at least there's something, a link that says live on it, which is good. John Kristen over here. Oh, also our audio is live, FYI.
What?
Our
Yeah.
audio is streaming at the moment.
No.
Just good to know.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm so happy and grateful for your service. And I think it's probably about time to play. Who's watching the time and running this show?
It's time to go.
I had the feeling. What are we at?
5:02.
Oh, wow. John, I need you, baby. Is pre-roll rolling?
Also, currently all the mics are live.
Okay, great. Well, we're probably hitting about 3 minutes. All the mics are live and streaming? Oh. Well. All good, all good.
There's a complication.
I like that Kalamazoo mandolin. That's cool. Yeah. You had that for a while? Blonde dude with long hair.
I heard blonde dude with blonde hair.
What?
It's like,
Oh. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a nerd for that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I like the old Kalamazoo stuff. It's cool. Yeah.
Chill out. Not on stage.
Oh, Brett. Hell
Otherwise,
yeah.
kind of-
Cool, cool. Yeah, I don't mind that because that's a pretty slanty seat
Yeah.
to hang for too long.
All right, everybody, we're going to start the show. John, let me give you a thumbs up. Yeah, 5. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Robert, Sarazin, Blake from the kitchen table. It sounds like the live sound is not yet turned on. So happy to be here. I bet you can hear me even without the live sound. There we are. Welcome, everybody. Robert, Sarazin, Blake from the kitchen table, coming to you live from the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. That is, of course, Bellingham, Washington. Those of you out in the audience are thinking, Blake, we're on the south side. That is true. We're on the south side of the most northwest city. Have some special guests with me. On my far right is David Delaney there on the fiddle. And on my close right, that is Jan Peters on harmonica and mandola. It's kind of like a mandolin, but it's older. It's a mandola. And our special guest later on to sing his songs will be Devin Champlin, the one and only Devin Champlin. That's right. And we are 2 weeks away from the Subdued String Band Jamboree, so we are just completely in the zone of Jamboree preparation. And so if we seem a little scattered, if it seems like maybe the audio was turned on before the video was turned on the live stream and you've been hearing the side chat before the show began, well, that's what's going on here. That's exactly what happened. If you got money, you better bring it. If you got a bell, I wanna ring it. Tell me where you been, please sing it. Deep and low like a current, into our hearts we'll be singing. And the time will be sliding, and it's not any good if there's no crying. One more glass as we go. Make it a long one, make it slow. If you got money, you better bring it. If you got a bell, I wanna ring it. Tell me where you been, please sing it. Deep and low like a current, into our hearts we'll be singing. And the time will be sliding, and it's not any good if there's no crying. As we go, make it a long one, make it slow. David, play that nice, do it twice. If you got money, you better bring it. If you got a bell, I wanna ring it. Tell me where you been, please sing it. Deep and low like a current, into our hearts we'll be singing. And the time will be sliding, and it's not any good if there's no crying. One more glass as we go. Make it a long one, make it slow. One more glass as we go. Make it a long one, make it slow. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for being with us here at the kitchen table. And for those of you watching at home, please do make a note of where you are viewing in from. This kitchen table is not just under this apple tree. And don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. I see an apple. The host said that there were no apples this year. I see one apple anyways, which is reason to have a hope. And please do let us know where you're viewing in from. This kitchen table goes all over the place. I've seen this kitchen table in Dublin, seen this kitchen table in San Marcos, Texas. This kitchen table makes the rounds far and wide. And Jan is sending me a message that says, tune up. I'm not sure if he's talking about my voice or my guitar, but either way, it's always good to be in tune. And I rarely am, but I appreciate the sentiment. Intonation is the key to sensation.
I'm pretty sure we're in Connecticut right now.
We're in Connecticut right now.
Insurance capital of the world.
Now, that's not something I knew. That's not something I knew.
It's really only something you know if you grow up in Connecticut.
I see. In the song "You Come From Rhode Island," does Connecticut get a shout out?
I don't
Cons
think
from.
so.
Do you know that song? Coats come from Dakota, and onwards. But
Vests from West Virginia.
Vest from West Virginia. You come from Rhode Island. Little old Rhode Island is famous for you. But it doesn't say cons from. Come from
I don't
Connecticut.
think insurance comes from Connecticut made the list. I wouldn't have put it on either.
Insurance comes from Connecticut. It actually has a nice cadence. Mm. Well, for those of you who could not hear, our new audience member has arrived and says he has arrived from Lummi Island, one of my favorite places on the planet. I must say that's an island just off the coast of the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. If you go a little bit further to the west, you run into Lummi Island. You go a little bit beyond that, and you are outside of the United States, that's for sure. And we got greetings from our brother Jordan Yogelman Rain. Jordan has been a member of a variety of my musical projects, and I'm excited that for the first time in 20 years, the High, Wide, and Handsome Band will be performing at the Jamboree. We performed at the first annual, and we've never been invited back. We did things that you do and don't get invited back for that year. Jan is the only original member. Jordan Rain, Yoga Man, was along for the ride at some point. And one thing David Delaney didn't know was that you never get asked to join the High, Wide, and Handsome Band. You just look back at some point and realize you've been in it. And I'm not sure if that's happening right now or not. It could be. Kiev. I'm watching you from the back of the room, 'cause my nights are lonely, shabby, drab, and gray. I'm watching you from the back of the room, trying to figure out something to say. And you move with such authority that I can't help but be moved. As you flow from the hallway into the living room, in this crowded college party, in this crowded college town. You're the only one I see. Oh, I'm watching you from the back of the room, 'cause my nights are lonely, shabby, drab, and gray. I'm watching you from the back of the room, trying to figure out something to say. I came around, David Delaney. Yeah. I came around as the sun was going down. I stayed a while and then went on my way. I came back around, saw you in the corner. Now I'm hanging out, and I'm hoping you'll come closer. And everyone's having a good time, not thinking much at all. And as usual, the party's in the kitchen and the hall. But this crowded conversation is void of any feeling. Little being said here is worth believing. And I'm watching you from the back of the room, 'cause my nights are lonely, shabby, drab, and gray. I'm watching you from the back of the room, trying to figure out something to say. Why don't you guys trade one? Start with Jan. party's slowing down. Yeah. And they've turned the music low. The dancing stopped when the keg ran out an hour ago. I'm not really staying as much as I'm not leaving. You're still here. I'm still believing that you're watching me from your corner of the room, with your hands in your pockets and your heart wrapped in a loom. And in the crowded collage of the things you think and see, you can't help but think of me. Oh, I'm watching you from the back of the room. It's my nights are lonely, shabby, drab, and gray. I'm watching you from the back of the room, trying to figure out something to say. Well, something to say. Oh, something to say. Oh, something to say. Oh, we're feeling good. Thank you, everybody. Well, I didn't prepare a trivia question, so I have to wing one. I have to wing it here. Well, let's do one in support of our big commerce in this town. Let's ask a question of, and then people here may know, people might know, but people in the audience out there, the at-home audience, the question is, how many breweries are there in Bellingham? Even locals have a hard time knowing. It changes by the month around here. We're going to answer that at the third song check-in, and since we're only 2 songs in, you only have 1 song to put your trivia brain together. Don't get out your phones, everybody. Well, I was thinking we might do something Irish. Well, I mean, something that approximates something Irish. Bellingham Irish. You've heard of various kinds of Irish. We play Bellingham Irish music. Maybe something slow because it's hot. It's good to play slow music on a hot day.
I am recovering from drinking copious amounts of ginger mead last night at my friend's wedding. It was the best mead I ever had. No offense, anyone, but it was homemade
You
ginger.
looked at me.
What?
You looked at me.
I don't know. I was looking at you.
Yeah, well, that's all
I was
right.
looking at you. It was good.
Would you like to add more to that, or is this sort of
No,
a
just
confessional? The Catholic
congratulations to
side
my-
of you just likes to
Oh,
express
that's-
things.
I'm just talking, just sharing.
Sharing. We're here to share. Anybody else have too much last night? They're not. Oh yeah. All right. This is an open sort of sharing group. We've
Also,
gathered here.
ginger mead, I presume. No.
No.
Oh.
If you're drinking something that has ginger in it, that the health values more than compensate for
That's
any
what I thought.
detriments that would be happening because of the alcohol.
That is what I thought.
As I roved out on bright May morning to view the flowers on display, who should I spy of my own true lover, sitting under a willow tree? I took off my hat and I did salute her. I did salute her most courageously. When I turned my head, she drifted towards me, saying, false love, you deluded me. a diamond ring for your right hand. Oh, the vows you made, love, you went and broke on. And you married the lassie who had the land. If I married the lassie who had the land, love. It's that I'll rue to the day I die. When misfortune calls, no man can shun it. I was blindfolded, I'll never deny. Now at night when I go to take my slumber, thoughts of my true love run through my mind. When I turn around to embrace my darling, instead of gold, it's brass I find. And I wish that the king would call home the army. From the West Indies and America, and every man to his wedded woman. And I might return to you someday. Well, this, my friends, is the last show of season 5, and I know we ended up season 4 at 75 shows, and I'd say 15 shows later, so it must be around shows 90 of the Robert Sarazin Blake from the Kitchen Table. And somewhere along the line, we instituted a bell that we would ring at the third song check-in. And we got so good at adding things, and yet you learn things, you take notes, and then you forget things, and you have to take notes and learn them again. I don't have the bell, but I'll just say it's time for the... It's just not the same now, is it?
To the glass.
Yeah, the glass. Time for the... Third song checking. What the heck is happening out there in comment land? Well, we don't know, because is anybody out there reading comments? Anybody say anything like, geez, that guitar's really out of tune, Robert? What the heck? We're sitting down on our Sunday afternoon. Any comments? Anybody in the audience have any idea how many breweries there are here in Bellingham? Peggy has an answer. 14 breweries, she says. And Sarah's going with 12. And anybody else want to weigh in on this? The man in the beard there, he was very confident. Yes, that's you. Man in the beard has just turned around. You were very confident earlier on. 4. He's going with 4. And see, you know, you may think there's 4 that matter and there's 10 that would like to matter. I mean, that's the perspective there. John Henry over there, the man who connects the ones and the zeros, bringing our screen to your screen everywhere there may be a screen. He is looking at the comments, and I think he has a report for us. That's the report from Comment Land. It's good to see us.
And the correct answer to how many breweries there are.
Yeah, that is the correct answer right there. It's good to see you in this beautiful weather. Well, everyone's just so lovely out there in this shady glen we have going on here. Thanks to our hosts for having us here, and happy to keep playing some tunes for you. I swear I'm going to get in tune and make your life a lot easier over there. Yeah. Let's do this one around the key of E. Concert E.
Actually.
Concert E.
Wasn't actual.
No. As in what we're tuned up to at this concert. I learned that from David.
E flat.
Where did you learn that, David?
Fancy music school.
I just learned right now there's a difference. Like you've heard this if you've played in school band or something. It's like, all right, everybody's going to tune to concert A. You're like, all right, A. You know, you kind of all 25 years of being a professional musician and a lifetime of loving music before that. And I did play alto saxophone in the 5th grade. So I've been around the music world, you know, and I did not know concert A is not A440. Concert A is whatever the first chair violinist says is A.
I sure hope I'm right now.
Yeah. And in folk music, I guess that'd be the first chair rhythm guitarist. Well, we closed down at the hoedown, easy takedown, without a breakdown. Packed the band up, filled the van up, had some hours left to kill. I didn't plan it, but I was stranded in the old hood, up to no good. Clubs were sold out, it was cold out, and I don't like standing still. Now the east side is the B-side to a sad song. It's not a bad song, but it's been left stacked by the junk racks of the thrift store on the floor, and the sidewalk and the side talk with the hip folks and the hip jokes when the wind blows fade away forevermore. Some say it's not the place they knew. That may be sadly true. I'm so glad to be walking around in the city. David. Down in Scranton, kids are ranting about a juke show that I don't know. While the stellar fortune teller waves her cards across the street, and my eyes glance at the short pants and the big shots dressed like robots, and the straight dudes with their spray shoes sparkling silver at their feet. I'll never get the whole bit down, but it's not my turf anymore, and it's not my town. I'm so glad to be walking around in the city. and the clothes shops and the lamp lights and the clothes shops and the headbands and the boombox and the trash cans and the trombones and the calzones and the movies and the dive bars and the skateboards and the old cars and the old men and the young girls and the fake teeth and the fake pearls and the tacos and the wackos and the church saints and the spray paints and the Warhols and the blue reeds and the fresh fruit and the bad seeds and the speakers on the headphones down on Chestnut, down on Hawley and the bebop and the hip-hop and the punk rock and the street talk on every paved inch, on every park bench, on every tree branch, on every dude ranch, on every gum wad, on every hot rod of this anarchist parade. I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad to be walking around in the city. Well, we'll do one more, and then we'll have the one and only Devin Champlin be our guest. Yeah, so excited to have Devin up here at the kitchen table. No stranger to the kitchen table here. He's been before. He's no stranger to playing an engagement of some sort on the road, and then after that engagement, just driving right past those tall buildings with many floors and small rooms and doors that lock behind each room with a fresh towel and clean sheets. Just drive right past those types of structures. Go over to your buddy's house. He's got a couch you can crash on. And before you get to that, you're going to have a jar of this, that, or maybe the other thing. And have a few more songs and a few more stories. That's the kitchen table. That's what we're doing right here. In this beautiful backyard on one of the hottest days of this Pacific Northwest summer. I'd say there's been considerably less complaining this heat wave than there was in other heat waves because we had 10 months of November. People have been biting their lips a little bit. They've just been holding back a little bit. You can see it in their eyes, you know, see it in their expressions. But I don't know, is anybody else kind of getting used to it now? Oh, I'm kind of getting used to it, you know? Got curtains on every window, you know. There's been no natural light in my house for a week. I'm running into things in the middle of the day because there's no light whatsoever in the house. Don't turn that light on, it'll create more heat. You're going to cook something? I don't think so. That's going to create heat. We need to stay cool. It's critical to stay cool. We got buckets of ice sitting in front of the fan that's in front of the window. Some people say don't open the windows. Those people do not live in Bellingham. You got to open the windows. There's a cool breeze coming off the bay. Don't think that your mildly cool air inside the house is going to do the trick. No, open the windows, let the cool breeze in. Jan's on the other side. He's a closed window. Closed window. Now, see, what do they do in Connecticut when it gets warm?
In my house, you suffer.
All right, suffer. I like the sound of that. Yeah.
The breeze don't blow everywhere in Bellingham. Not in all neighborhoods equally.
Doesn't make its way to the Fountain District, huh?
Not exactly where I am.
Well, anybody else out there not going to open their windows like Jan? One. Well, all right. See,
Well,
it's a theory. You see this on the internet, you know.
I
and
went to
people-
hardware sales and bought a little air conditioner, so.
Yeah, and you shouldn't feel bad about the fact that when you use it, you get cooler, but the rest of the world gets hotter. You shouldn't feel bad about that at all.
I feel very bad about it. Now I feel really bad.
Little friendly ribbons, all that's going on at the kitchen table. Wouldn't be the kitchen table without it, you know. I drove a Mercury Grand Marquis for about 15 years, so there's absolutely no high horse, but it was a comfortable ride. I'll tell you that. Smooth ride. Where were we? my baby loves to drink whiskey, Lord, she drinks it all of the time. Time. Oh, my baby, she loves to drink whiskey, Lord, she drinks it all of the time. But I love the way it feels with her whiskey lips on mine. She don't want water, she don't want beer, no margaritas. Please don't bring any tequilas over here. She wants it in the morning and then late at night. Just a little glass of whiskey, a little glass of whiskey, a little glass of whiskey, my guy'll be feeling alright. Well, my baby, she tells me she loves me, Lord. She tells me all of the time. Yeah, my baby, she tells me she loves me, Lord. She tells me all of the time. But I love the way it sounds with her whiskey lips on mine. She don't want water, she don't want beer, no margaritas. Please don't bring any tequilas over here. She wants it in the morning and then late at night. Just a little glass of whiskey, a little glass of whiskey, a little glass of whiskey, my guy'll be feeling alright. Let's hear from Connecticut on this one. Well, I went to my baby's house just the other day. Jan Peters, yeah. Day. Yes, I went to my baby's house just the other day. You better believe I got a bottle of whiskey along the way. Now she don't want water, she don't want beer. No margaritas, don't bring any tequilas over here. She wants it in the morning and then late at night. Just a little glass of whiskey, a little glass of whiskey, a little glass of whiskey, my gal be feeling alright. That's David Delaney and Jan Peters here, and we're going to welcome to the stage. Keep that applause going as Devin Champlin makes his way up here. So excited to have Devin Champlin here at the kitchen table, and I don't see guitar. Maybe he's going a cappella. He has so many tricks up his sleeve that I don't know what's coming at us here. And we are looking forward to the Subdued String Band Jamboree. Devin Champlin not only performs, he performs on a guitar that he built, on a stage that he built. That's a singular aptitude and follow-through, I'd say there. You ever thought about it that way?
Well, technically, I don't actually play my own guitar.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah,
Is that a faux pas? Like a guitar builder never plays their own guitar?
absolutely, it's bad luck.
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, I just don't. I mean, I like my guitars. I usually sell them,
So
yeah.
what you do at the Jamboree is you perform a song you wrote on a guitar you did not build, while Petunia plays a guitar you built and sings harmony on your song on a stage you built.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we think so. Welcome, round of applause. That's Devin Champlin here at the kitchen table.
Thanks, everybody.
Glad to have
Robert.
you here. What's new?
Oh, gosh, it's just been a really good summer. It's been really busy, so busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, been getting out of town a lot, and
I've been seeing a lot of gigs, a lot of solo gigs.
it's been happening.
Yeah.
It feels good. The suns are in here. The band is kind of spread out, so
Yeah.
everyone's doing stuff. So just kind of play by myself when I can, and then play with them when we can.
Your record came out. Was it a year ago your record came out?
Yeah.
And what's the name of that record?
How to Change from Blue to Green.
Yes, How to Change from Blue to Green. You can find that on the streaming places.
Yeah, it's all
It's
that.
out there.
all
Devin
that. Yeah,
Champlin.
yeah.
Everything's spelt the way you think it's. Devin, by the way. We have another friend, Devon. For a guy like me who has trouble with spelling, I just have to ask for forgiveness from my friends a lot. So I knew you first, so I probably ruined your name less than I ruined Devin Leger's name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
He's a forgiving guy, He works in the music business, and I think that would make a person forgiving, don't you think?
Oh, he actually told me privately it really annoys him.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, well, it's just good to not be forefront with that. It's good to keep that in back conversation. Enough chat with me, Devin. Give him a song here. I'm losing ground.
Oh, sure.
I'm losing
thing.
ground.
All
You're
right,
losing
all
the
right.
microphone.
All right. Well, yeah. I'll play you. Yeah, I think this is going good. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna play one that I wrote fairly recently, and yeah, I don't know. I'll let it speak for itself. Sometimes I think that I'd be better off with another life and a different face and a whole new set of friends in another town where I'd never been. A chance to start out new and not look back. Oh no, here I go again. I'm trying to lose my head. I walk alone and I sing to the rhythm of my feet. I watch the clouds turn into shapes I'd rather be. I chase the moon and I see its long face staring back at me. Oh, dang, get me out of here. Take me anywhere. Sometimes I cry for no good reason other than being alive. It's quite enough to make me break right down. I'll shed a tear or spill my guts to folks like you, kind enough to hear. Oh, hell, I've burned every bridge trying to scratch that itch. Oh man, I've tried everything. I'll take anything.
Wonderful. Thank you, Devin.
All right.
Man, great sounding guitar. I gotta say, man.
Well, I made it.
Yeah. Now, sometimes you use finger picks and sometimes you don't. Let's go into the dork corner.
Okay,
here.
Let's nerd
so
out. Yeah,
some guitar players put little contraptions on their fingers, and some don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Just want to be clear about that.
Yeah.
Devin goes both ways.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah, I actually have finger picks in my pocket. I usually do. I think lately I've been preferring just bare finger picking, but I'm not really like busking or playing anywhere where I feel like I really need to get a lot of volume, because if I'm playing sitting around with friends, like, it's probably loud enough, and then if I'm playing in a situation like this, there's a mic, and so but the picks are like make it punchy and loud, so it's I used to use them all the time,
right.
Because I was just like I wanted you to hear me from a block away.
Well, we wanted to hear you,
Yeah, I mean, you could.
You weren't overdoing
it. It was working, right? Yeah. You heard it? Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah.
And righteous little pickup you got in there.
Yeah.
We're totally a gear corner here.
Yeah.
Gear
Just
corner.
just
talking about
nerding
some
out,
gear, It looks great. I mean, you're not using it.
Well, no, not today.
Yeah.
I use it a lot. Yeah. I used it last night. Played at the honeymoon last night. It's pretty fun.
This is a gigging weekend.
It is. Yeah.
And what was going on at the honeymoon? Were you drinking any cider? Jan got ruined on cider last night.
Yeah, no, mead actually.
Mead,
He got ruined on the mead.
Yeah, they make mead there. They make it all.
They make mead and cider. It's really good. I didn't have any. I was just kind of chugging the water, honestly. But
the sober life is the life for me as well.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I don't need to laugh about it. It's a
nothing
dedicated
wrong
course.
with
I
that.
see the pride.
No.
I wake up early, and
Yeah.
I'm joking about that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah.
There is actually a drink of the week here at the kitchen table, but I without David, the balls get dropped left and right, and so I don't know what the drink of the week is. Is anybody in the Facebook group and maybe could look and see and report back to us? John, is there anybody making comments about the fact that there's no mention of the drink of the week yet? We'll let that ride. Another song here, please, from Devin Champlin.
Yeah, but wait. But before we get to that, if you don't mind, speaking of drinking, and is there a time when the trivia answer comes out? Because I was really curious.
Well, that's a good point. We've asked the question and we've got a few.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's not.
Sometimes you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna ask if would now be an appropriate time to find this, or should we? Is it not till like 6:45?
Yeah, I think we better give it some time because there
Okay.
may be some members of the audience
Let
who
some
haven't had a
answers
chance to
roll
make a
in.
guess yet. And
Yeah,
they might have one
alright.
open. Michelle hasn't even had a chance to think about it yet, and
Yeah.
so.
All right. So
And,
yeah,
you know, the longer we keep Peg in a state of sort of anxiety and raging, look, I think it's good. You read in the Cascadia Weekly. We have a paper here. Bellingham proudly, for a town of 1,000 people, has a newspaper, and we have heard from the people at Table 4, 17 breweries. So if you put together the 14 and the 4 that were guessed, we'd be, as of January 30th, 2020, 17 breweries. Now, I've heard people say that's too many breweries. Well, let me just say my own opinion here since I have the microphone in front of me. There was a time, people, where there were breweries everywhere. There were thousands and thousands of breweries, and then it dwindled because of the macro breweries, and by 1973, we were down to 310 breweries in the entire United States. And we sort of simmered around there until the microbrew movement that started off in the late 80s and then got in speed in the 90s, and then, in the new millennium, we were just brewing beer left, right, and center. And I think until we are selling more Bellingham beer than we are selling beer made in other places, we can still use more Bellingham breweries to catch up with the rest of the world. Because why should we make beer somewhere else and ship it in a truck to Bellingham when we can make beer right here? We need to think about the fuel and the greenhouse gases, so that's why I drink beer.
Hear, hear.
Yeah.
That's why
All right.
That's why I'm gonna open my windows.
All right, should I
I think
bust down?
I've
Okay,
had
then.
enough
All
time.
right.
Really,
All right, let's do this one here. Fill me up with marbles or fill me up with smoke. Fill me with a lifetime and tell me it's a joke. I think my world just ended, or at least something just broke. Listen now, my heart, it's been a while since we last spoke. I'm afraid of the old ghosts, they talk behind my back. They visit me in dreams and they seep in through the cracks. I never been a hunter, but I always carry a knife. I keep its edges honed and whittle away at this life. Take me for a loser, take me out on town. Take me out to the ball game and watch me play the clown. Take me with you when you can't go it alone. I'll carry your suitcase and I won't ask where we're going. rather have a hard time than to have no time at all. I'd rather we didn't have to, but I'll catch you when you fall. I'd rather row my boat and cast a rod without a line. I never had the choice, but I'm glad we had this time.
Keep 'em
Thanks, everybody.
rolling.
All right, let's keep 'em
rolling.
going. All
Lovely.
right.
I'm gonna stretch my legs.
Cool.
right
Oh
for
yeah,
this
good
one.
good call. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. It's nice to be here. Thanks everybody for being here in the backyard. Everybody out in TV land. Oh, hi to Mom. Hey, Mom. She's home watching.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
I would also like to say hello to my mother.
All right. Got the moms covered. All right, I'm gonna play. This is another pretty new one. I played last night with my friend Sabine Colleen. She lived here at one point. She lives in New Mexico now, and we had a nice show together. And we had worked out this tune to play together. It was very last minute. It was like yesterday afternoon. It was like, hey, we should do a duet at the end of the night, So it was cool. We sang this one. It was fun. It's like a love song. We're not like in love at all. It was just we were just singing it together. It was fun. But we're gonna do it again on Thursday. If anybody's in Seattle watching or is gonna be down in Seattle, we'll be at Connerburn. Can I promo stuff on this? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
check it out. Connerburn on Thursday. I'll be there. Me and Sabine Colleen. And the Sons of Rainier are gonna play next weekend too in Seattle at the Sunset. So we'll be in Bellingham later in the month. I'll tell you about it later. True love won't wait. It must be blind. You must be spry. True love won't wait. All through your days and your darkened night, you must be ready. True love won't wait. When shadows fall across your sleeping form, hear the twilight sing while mountains mourn. It's up to you. Now don't be late. Answer the call. True love won't wait. True love won't wait. It's up to you. Now don't be late. Answer the call. True love won't wait. True love won't wait. Mm-hmm. It's the truth. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it works that way. I don't know. Maybe it's a bad idea. Don't jump the gun. Wait around till it feels right. Doesn't matter. Cool. I guess Robert left. So fellas,
over
I want to ask you some questions here since I'm the host now. All right, David, what's like one food in the world that you just could do without? If it disappeared from the earth, you'd be kind of stoked.
I'll tell you, it's a little classic, but I haven't warmed up to raisins. So
Okay,
basically
okay,
anything with them.
that's
I
good.
know.
All right.
I know. Usually you get over it.
Yeah. Okay. Jan, you got one?
I'm sorry, this is gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings, but
Yeah, they all do.
Brussels sprouts, unless they are like smothered in like butter and garlic.
Yeah, everything smothered in butter and garlic is better. Yeah. Cool. All right. Sweet. Thanks. Me? There's a couple. There's like a long list. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm a little picky. But for me, it'd be like lemon cake, lemon cookies, lemon bars.
Wow.
I love lemon. I love cookies. Put them together, they just my body says no. That's mine. All right. We've all got them. You know, we can go around the yard, but I should probably just play another song. Okay, I'm gonna do this one here. If I'm trying to do something for anybody, I wanna do something for you, my dear. Wanna do something for you. I'd take all my joy and I'd pour it in a jar. Put it on the pantry, wherever you are. Sneak up on the top shelf of your favorite bar. And I wanna do something for you, my dear. Do something for you. If I'm knocking knees with anybody, I wanna knock knees with you, my dear. You could scoop me up and you could put me in your lap. I'd call you honey, you could call me pap. I'd be the beer and you could put me on your tap. And I wanna knock knees with you, my dear. Be knee knocking with you. If I'm singing songs for anybody, I'm singing my songs for you. Pluck it from the heart and put it to the string, and make you dance the butter paddle buck and wing. Give you the harmony just to hear you sing it, and I wanna sing songs for you, my dear. Sing those songs for you. If I'm getting heartbroken over anybody, I hope my heart breaks for you. To have the broke heart means you first had the lover, and I wanna keep the times that we spent under the cover. Crack me like an egg, you could leave me for another, and I'll break my heart over you, my dear. our heart over you. If I'm trying to do something for anybody, I wanna do something for you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, what's from my mom? Hey, Mom.
Is that on the new record? I'm embarrassed. I should know.
That's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one is. Yeah, that's on the. Yeah.
I
yeah.
listened to it. I just didn't remember.
That's okay.
I'm embarrassed.
There's actually another record since then, but that's all instrumental, and I can't perform it.
And you can't talk about it.
No, I could talk about it.
Contractually
Yeah,
with your record
yeah,
company.
exactly. Yeah.
I did hear. I saw that float around.
Yeah,
it was
it
a
was-
disclaimer said if you like my singing songs, you can just wait for the next record.
Something like that. Well, it was
Yeah.
like it was kind of like you might like this or you might not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not. I was just letting people know it wasn't that.
It's interesting, isn't it, to have different sides of ourselves come out
Mm-hmm.
in the music, and I'm dealing with that myself. And you've had a few different handles over the years. You were
Sure.
Brother Mud when I
Yeah.
first met you,
Yeah.
and now you're releasing music as Devin Champlin,
Yeah.
and this new record of instrumentals under the name.
Also, just Devin Champlin.
Okay, so
yeah.
so
I'm just sticking with it. It's working. yeah.
yeah, well, yes, yeah.
I think there's like the tendency to want to like have a different name. Almost there's like the character idea where you can step into character, and then there's just the idea of I don't know, just somehow like it removes it from this personal thing and makes it. I mean, music. I don't know. Songwriting is so personal. I don't know how to put it, but anyway, I like the idea of having a different name for your performance and your own name for your person, but I'm just not doing it. So yeah.
I understand.
Most of us
yeah.
aren't, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I've had the High, Wide, and Handsome band has
Sure.
existed,
Sure.
and what that exactly is has been a question mark. But I feel that comfortably in middle age, I no longer have to. I used to be worried that a song like "My Baby Loves to Drink Whiskey," was not a serious song.
Yeah.
And now I absolutely believe it's a serious song.
It's a worthy song.
It's a worthy
Yeah.
song. Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to would be embarrassed if maybe I wanted people to hear me sing "The Little Disappointments We Swallow." That was the Robert Blake I wanted to give to the world.
More poetic.
Yeah, give them the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And now as I'm a dad, right? So this is the gateway to letting it all go.
Dad rock.
Yeah. So now there's no lines, and it's just
Yeah.
all Robert Sarazin Blake.
No,
you
it's
know? Just
cool.
Devin Champlin. Whether you got the now, are you a Moog or a Moog?
Well, I don't
Pronunciator.
have either, but yeah.
That's not part of your program.
Well, I mean,
Is there no Moog or Moog on the album?
there is synthesizers, but yeah, I mean,
But no Moog.
no, not by brand.
Well, we don't
no.
need to talk about the
Yeah.
brand. Then we can just
Yeah.
skip past that segment of the show. We'll take that out of the podcast, Jeremy. Okay, very good.
Quick edit.
Yeah, quick edit there, not a problem. It's a 2-hour show, gets edited down to 1. I mean, half of my stuff is I'll cut it in room floor. That's where it exists. It's all about the guests when it comes to the podcast. Where were we? Well, we're just musing.
yeah.
musing.
I like to muse.
Yeah.
Can I say something that?
Please.
Yeah, when you mentioned the High, Wide, and Handsome band, I don't know if you remember this, but when we first met, I was like busking downtown. Like I think I don't know where, maybe by like somewhere in Holly Street or somewhere. But I was busking, playing my banjo, and you had come up to me, and you had already like heard.
I heard about you.
You heard
You'd
about me,
played an
yeah.
open mic.
I
Someone told me there's a guy in town. He
Yeah.
sounded pretty good at the open. I mean, that's cool, right? That's Bellingham, right? The word gets around because you
Yeah.
played an open mic.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was different. Yeah, and but yeah, that was cool. I remember you came up to me and you said something like, "Oh yeah, I heard about you, yada yada," and you're like, "My band's playing tonight at Boundary Bay in the beer garden, and you should come on down and play a set break." And I was like, "Well, that's cool. All right, And
I can see you coming down the stairs now.
yeah, but it was really nice. I mean, I've thought of that often because I felt like you really opened a door for me into playing some music in the community. Where I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was just some dude with a banjo. And that was
With a
really nice
banjo.
of you,
Now
you
we
know?
never
Yeah,
see.
really
Yeah,
nice.
some dude with a banjo.
Yeah.
Now you don't even play banjo, not in public.
No, I yeah, it's true. I mean, you know, I've got a banjo, but
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
doesn't get out very
Yeah,
often. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes I ask a really hard, sort of Barbara Walters type, Amy Goodman, just cutting the chase. I'm going to try to come up with one here as I look at the audience and sort of see. I'm going to look at them and see what they want to hear. And I think the question is, if you had stayed in Chicago, what would you be doing now here in 2022?
I mean, I imagine probably the same thing, right? I feel like, I don't know. That's a great question. I love thinking about stuff like this,
Were there any occupations you dabbled in before coming
Yeah.
out?
So I was working at gas stations like in high school and getting out of high school.
Yeah,
I was,
the reg out the back pocket,
yeah,
and the whole
completely.
thing.
Oh yeah. With the uniform and everything. We're at 2 different gas stations, and the second one had a garage and full service pump. So I would like go. It was like it was kind of like the one at the very end of Old Fairhaven Parkway here, where it's just like the pump, the little like not even a convenience store, just like like one cooler with some soda and stuff. And so, and so I would do the full service pump and all the mechanics like I like looked up to. So I like learned how to do oil changes and like change tires on the machine and everything. And then my boss had said that he was gonna pay for me to go to mechanic school if I come back and work for him, and I had really considered it. Yeah, and instead I quit, that's the true story. So but I mean, I really
you could go places in this company.
I mean, I was like 19, and I was really thinking about it, and then instead I didn't. But I think I would end up basically being about the same person. I think I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll jump into the Barbara Walters now.
Yeah.
So there you were, a young man. White T-shirt, maybe coveralls, sometimes the bandana, the rag, and service station. Were you ever propositioned by an older woman? See, I asked that for certain members of the audience. To
Barbara
see
Walters
if I get a
asks this
response.
every time.
Yeah, this is totally
always
Barbara
slips
Walters.
it in.
Yeah. No, but there was
No.
No, I was never propositioned. I mean,
not
there
even a gleam in the eye.
maybe it gleams in the eye. There was
we
had some regulars.
convertible.
We had some regulars. It was like
bet you did.
always checking the oil and washing the windows. And good tips. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're not going to go any further into that here. That's not that kind of show. I think you have one more song for us in your organized segment here, and then we're going to soldier on into the rest of this performance. Good opportunity to remind everybody at home that this is we're kind of busking here, but we have a tip jar, digital tip jar, and for for people here in the audience, we have a little red case over there, and that's a cash receptacle, or we have these little cards that tell you where you can make your donation with your phone. Yeah, we've got a card there, and while you launch into your song, I'm going to pass these cards out. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll ask the first group to pass it to the next group.
Cool.
Yeah, because I don't want to walk to every group. I have my pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everybody. We're very grateful. I'm gonna play one of the Sons of Rainier songs for you. I wish that I could grab a star and bring it down to where you are. I just wanna give you something that you can hold. Tried to build a wooden boat, proud and true so she could float, but couldn't fare the ocean wild to where you are. I want to write your name up in the sky so you can fly. And when you look at me below, you can think of your dear old pal. I wish I was an old tin can. You could fill me up with rocks and sand, shake me up and I would sing. You're right, old man. I wanna pull the whole sky down, spread the colors all around, and and melt 'em into the ground. Under where you are, I want to write your name up in the clouds so you can fly. And when you look at me below, you can think of your dear old pal and sigh. I want to write your name up in the clouds so you can fly. And when you look at me below, you can think of your dear old pal and sigh. I wish that I could grab a star every time they are too far. I just want to give you something that you can hold.
Yeah. Devin Champlin here at the kitchen table. So glad to have you. You can find his records in all the places you find music, wherever that may be. Or perhaps you'll find them down at Champlin Guitars. Do you sell your own records?
No.
I wish you did. You probably don't, out of a sense of, I don't know, shyness or something. But
Something in there, I don't know.
don't sell any of my records or Lewis's records. Just Devin's records. Just Devin's, there's one record available, and it's actually mandatory.
Yeah.
Well, that might be too much. That might be too much, yeah.
Kind of intense.
That's intense. That's so
Yeah,
glad
I'll
to
sell
have
your
you
records. You should bring some down. We have a little record cubby, though.
No, don't tell me you sell records, but you don't sell your own.
Well, I don't actually have, records. I do have cassettes and CDs. I mean, I usually have some somewhere, so, if somebody asks me, but I don't, have them out on the floor. But we do have, a record cubby with stuff,
With other various artists.
Oh, yeah, all kinds of stuff.
And on CD and cassette.
Just record and
LP.
LP and cassette.
Okay.
It's mostly old records and random stuff. Our buddy Jeremy stocks us with a bunch of fun stuff. But yeah, but we'd like to get some Robert Blake in. We've been talking about it.
A point of pride that I made. The first album I put out was on cassette.
Oh yeah.
And I'm old enough now that cassettes completely went away.
Yeah.
And now they're back, and I held on. To a box of cassettes
all
these
same.
years.
I
have
never let go.
300 cassettes in my first album.
That's a big box.
Well, yeah, I was in it to win it, baby.
Yeah.
I wasn't. This was a long-term career decision. Knew what I was doing here, and the storage cost, I suppose, if I balanced that in over the years. I'm going to do this one, and then we're going to have the great David Delaney from You Come From Connecticut. Sing us a song after this. We'll do. I don't know. This one came to me here. I made a record once called "Still Kissing Last Night's Smoke-Stained Lips."
Love that album.
Louis Ledford recently said, "Robert, I think that's your best album." So, I mean, I've worked really hard since then. I've made a lot of songs, a lot of albums. So it's. That you can't. It's hard to take a I should have just said thank you instead. I'm like, well, what about my new songs, Louis? Moon's out tonight, it's crisp and it's clear. I start out a letter with an, oh my dear. Write the date and then ask for the pen. Start the first line and then start again, oh my dear. It's well overdue that I wrote to you. Don't think you've been out of my thoughts. For a while I was on a winning streak. Now it's clear that I lost, that I lost. Oh, but I don't want to taste your smoke-stained lips. So let's have a glass of red wine. I know I loved you before this all got started, I know. I'll love you again. Time since I wrote you a letter. Don't think you've been out of my thoughts. For a while I was on a winning streak. Now it's clear that I lost, that I lost. I saw you last night in a Hackensack bar. Shooting pool, it was thick, it was dark. I blinked my eyes and I knew I was wrong. You weren't there, I was just gone. It's well overdue that I wrote to you. Don't think you've been out of my mind. If I've been spending any time in yours, please respond in kind, in kind. Oh, but I don't want to taste your smoke-stained lips, so let's have a glass of red wine. I know I loved you before this all got started, I know. I love you again. I got more than I wanted, then I lost control. I took more than I needed, and I lost control. I write to you now, I'm broken, I'm broken. Nothing to send but this insignificant token. Sitting in what I like to call your kind of weather, Thought I'd wait to write till I got better. The pen hits the paper. Oh, but I don't want to taste your smoke-stained lips. So let's have a glass of red wine. I know I loved you before this all got started. I know. I'll love you again. Thank you very much. Jan Peters and David Delaney accompany me there. Jan on the fiddle and the mandola. Tell us about this new instrument you've been playing there, Jan, the mandola. It's bigger than a mandolin. It's smaller than Barcelona.
I used to play a lot of mandolin, and then I used to play a lot of octave mandolin, and then I started playing a lot of harmonica, and then a friend bestowed upon me this beautiful mandola, and all of a sudden I want to play mandolin again, but mandolin.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And Devin, I took it to Devin's shop, and he set it up for me, and it just plays like a dream.
Nice.
Thank you, Devin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited. I'm excited to hear you back on the strings. It's been years. I've been
That's how we
asking
met.
for it.
We met
Yeah,
at the farmer's
absolutely.
market with me and my mandolin, and you doing just down there. We just
It's a beautiful mandolin, your old mandolin. Don't tell me you got rid of it.
no, I still
Good,
have it.
good, good.
It's due for a visit down to Devin.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to move this instrumental mic on if you could help with well, there we go. Sure, that'll work. Yeah. Problem solvers is what we have here on stage today. Yeah, the kitchen table went on the. Oh wow!
I constructed some leveling.
David Delaney's coming to stage here. He is a professional traveler. He's traveling all around the country with his wife and their mobile living unit, and they're here in Bellingham for a couple of months. 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, so we travel all the time. We pretty much love Bellingham the best. Love it here. Greatest town.
You're making friends with statements like that. You know, you're not saying Prescott, Arizona's got you beat hands down. Nothing. You're not telling us anything like that. Well, I like Prescott too. That's why it came to mind. Yeah, beautiful place, Prescott. They wouldn't. What did they open the windows in Prescott, or do they keep the windows closed? I'm liking it more and more the more I hear about it. Yeah. Are you from there now and just visiting here? What made you make the change? We have an audience member there who has moved from Prescott to Bellingham. And the answer is that it's just as beautiful. I'm with you. I was trying to figure out how to phrase that secondhand. The answer was Bellingham is just as beautiful as Prescott, but also has water. That's right. We are on the shores of Bellingham Bay. And for those of you who are looking for clarity in your life, we do not live on the Puget Sound. We are north of the Puget Sound, and we should have some pride about that. There's nothing wrong or right about the Puget Sound. It's just a natural fact. We live on Bellingham Bay. And speaking of natural facts, it's a pleasure that David Delaney has landed here. He goes other places. He says he likes us best. I bet he tells that to all the places he goes, from Minneapolis or wherever it is he goes in between visits.
You can tell I was building up Connecticut earlier.
Connecticut, I've had some wonderful times in Connecticut, and it's right there. There's trains that go to Connecticut. We could learn.
That's true. No, there are cool areas of Connecticut. I like it there. I like to razz it, you know?
Okay.
All right.
So you're going to give us an original tune.
Yeah,
Very
so
good.
I love playing the fiddle. I also write my own songs. My band is called the Whiskey Boys. You can see us on all the streaming stuff, all of them. There's a button when you release a song to just be like, all of them, please. And I always hit that one. This one's called Better Left Broken. It's about how forgiveness is great, but it doesn't always mean returning to 100% of the way things were before. And I'm just receiving some indication I should lean in. How is this? Is this better? Great.
John, can you turn him up a bit in the house? Great. We've got dials for this.
And I'm in C, pretty sure, actual C.
Okay. There's an F there.
Then it's an F. We've fixed this ship so many times. Nothing's left of what it was, though restored to a former glory. Don't it lack a certain kind, a certain ease? I still remember it warms the air in my lungs like summer breeze in late September. It stirs something shattered in me, but some things are better left broken. Sometimes what fell apart's the same thing that bound you. Sometimes the answer isn't try, though it may hurt to leave the pieces where they lie. Some things are better left broken. Was it ever more than those few summers we felt a part of better things, acting just like in the movies? One laughs, one sings, one knows another's secret. These memories now shifting like sand. Whatever comes our way, we're sure to beat it. A faith now shattered in me, but some things are better left broken. Sometimes what fell apart's the same thing that bound you. Sometimes the answer isn't try, though it may hurt to leave the pieces where they lie. Some things are better left broken. Like I don't think you're sorry. It's that I won't go back to how it was. I'm not saying there weren't good times, and though my wounds are now packed up with gauze, I will not bleed any more hours to anyone not sure they love me. If it was real, recall its power. Release it as you release me. Some things are better left broken. Sometimes what fell apart's the same thing that bound you. Sometimes the answer isn't try, though it may hurt to leave the pieces where they lie. Some things are better left broken. Some things are better left broken. Ooh, some things are better left broken. Thank you very much.
Very
Thank you, Robert,
nice.
for
Very
having me play.
nice. Was it the Whiskey Boys?
The Whiskey Boys.
The Whiskey Boys. All right. We'll bring Devin Champlin back up to the stage here for a song. And actually, the time is moving right along, and I got the sun coming back on us through here. We thought we were in the shade. Now we're in the sun. That is the movement of time. But here is the situation. After Devin does a song, it's going to be time for Stump the Band. That's right. This is going to be the opportunity for everybody in the audience to send a request up to the bandstand. The band does their best to give that request right back to you. And some of you are thinking, I don't have a request. No worries. That's not the way it works. You actually have to have a request, because I won't be looking for hands in the air. I'm going to call on you. Now, I'm not going to call on all of you, so you can play the odds. You can play the odds on this one. But like the English teacher, I've developed a keen eye to call on those who are not prepared. So just do yourself a favor and come up with a request. It can be specific, it can be general. And the young lady up there, you're just going to have to wait one song. I can see you already have it, and you will be called upon. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Devin, what's on your mind?
Oh, I'm going to sing this song for you.
All right.
Tell you all about it. You don't want me in your town. don't want me in your town. Well, the joke's on you, I already passed through, and I didn't feel like sticking around. No, I didn't feel like sticking around. Oh, you're missing out. Oh, you're missing out. I opened the door, my friendship is yours, if you just lift your eyes from the ground. If you just lift your eyes from the ground. Your pride cuts just like a knife. Your pride cuts just like a knife. If you think you're the best, you gotta lift up the rest. Don't let false pride take over your life. Don't let false pride take over your life. We don't choose where we come from. No, we don't choose where we come from. You can honor your root, but you'll be known by your fruit. It's where you're going, it's not where you're from. It's where you're going, it's not where you're from. It's where you're going, it's not where you're from. It's where you're going, it's not where you're from. One more. You're going, it's not where you're from. It's where you're going, that's where you belong.
Devin Champlin. Enjoy him. Check out the recordings and buy a guitar, would you? He's got the coolest guitars. And the guitars, he doesn't advertise this, but they do come with a hand-drawn tag, price tag. Yeah, and I think
that's true.
That's pretty cool. That's I've seen a few tags I'd be interested in having actually.
Yeah,
they're attached to guitars. I wasn't too interested.
You
in.
buy the tag and the guitar
tag,
comes free.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Well, it's time to stump the band. I hope everybody's been thinking about something they want us to play for them. This is not. There's no fee for service here. We're just here to entertain. We can't help it. We were born to entertain. Here we are at the kitchen table, and well, the story is this. As I said earlier, when Devin goes on the road and he plays the gig, after the gig, he drives right by those tall buildings with small rooms and doors that lock behind them with towels and clean sheets, and then he goes straight to his buddy's house where he's going to crash on the couch. And they have a few songs around the table and, of course, a few jars of this, that, or the other thing. And at some point while that's happening, there's bound to be a roommate who comes home and starts demanding a request. And that is a section. Isn't it? It's so true, and it's cool. It's great. It's like bring them all in, bring them all in. So absolutely anything. We're going to start with a young member of the audience. What's your name? Your name is Aoife. I met you last year, Aoife. Thank you for being a returning fan. That means a lot to me. It means we did okay the first time around, and such a lovely name. And what would you like us to sing for you? I see you excelled at the hand in the air section of the program, but weren't quite sure what to request. She's got some associates there. She's consulting with her associates, for those of you who can't see the audience. And, yeah, just project. The voice from behind tells her. You are my sunshine. Top-notch request.
Solid.
Very good. Very good. You
Classic
come from
for a
good
reason.
people, Aoife. You come from. All right, we need 2 more requests, and let's just see who looks like they don't want to be called upon. Let's. Well, I can't help but ask the associate of the Prescott, Arizona to Bellingham listener. I met you earlier in the yard. Would you be willing to give us a request? Something by Johnny Cash. All right, that's very good. Good request. Very good, very good. Let's look for a third request, And, well, I do like it when other people nominate other people. And so, well, okay, it's happened twice. We're going to have 4 requests. All the better. Dave, what do you have for us? Ballad of Hollis Brown. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outskirts of town. I believe was the first line.
Well, yeah, you know more than me. I
The
don't
first
know
line.
it.
You know, sometimes you get the first line and the rest just comes. We'll see. And requests with 4 and 20 children. It's coming. It's coming. Absolutely. That is a motto of the kitchen table, that when the summertime parties happen, the barbecue's happening, and people come over, and people are, sometimes you have potlucks, and some of you I know bring beautiful fruit salads, and you combine the feta cheese with the watermelon and all this business, maybe a little mint. And then if you're like me and all your musician buddies come over, it's just bags of chips, not even salsa. It's just bags of chips. That's what a potluck looks like. It's terrible. But at some point, no matter what kind of potluck you have, someone's going to have a guitar and start playing some Dylan, and they're gonna know they can do it. They're gonna launch into it. They've had about 17 cans of microbrewed beer, and they're gonna launch into it, and they're not going to be able to complete the song. And that's when we say to ourselves, a little bad Dylan is always better than no Dylan at all. And so that's what I'm just recovering from the third request. The lady in red, a performer friend of mine, said once, if you want to be noticed, wear red. So I've noticed, and your associate there on the blanket did nominate you for this request. And what can we play for you? Oh, cool request. Cowpoke by Elton Bridge. So those are Al Britt.
Elton Britt.
Elton Britt. You're familiar?
Well, I'm familiar with
Really?
the fella. I'm not familiar with the song. Yeah,
I'm getting kind of a
I'm gonna check it out.
pop country vibe from a name like that.
No, I mean, well, he was like pop country of like the 40s.
Oh,
kinda.
cool.
Yeah,
Deep
yeah.
cuts coming from the art. I should have known by the rose tattoos I saw out there that it'd be a deep cut. Is it roses? Tulips. All right. Well, all right. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere. Devin, what do you got there?
Of
those 4, yeah.
So we had "You Are My Sunshine," and
Johnny Cash.
Oh yeah, Johnny Cash.
Hollis Brown.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Well, yeah. So I don't know the Cowpoke song. I don't know the Hollis Brown. I think pretty much anyone could probably sing the chorus of "You Are My Sunshine," but I don't know. Like, there's like verses and all kinds of. There's like a whole storyline. I think.
I find you sing the first one and they all just come.
To you.
Well. If you believe
Are
it,
we passing it down the line? Like I have to do one, and you're gonna do one.
There's no have to.
Okay.
No,
okay.
absolutely no have to.
Okay.
No have to. No,
Yeah.
this is we're relaxing. The gig is
okay.
over. We're on the
Okay,
kitchen
cool.
table.
Yeah, we're like
having a jar of this,
yeah.
that. The roommate comes in. One time I
Right.
was doing this
Yeah.
sort of thing here, and it was. I love to name drop Anais Mitchell, right? Because she's a star. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
she's
entertaining
big
to people. It's
time
like,
now,
yeah, right.
yeah.
So we were in Mullingar, Ireland. No, Athlone. And we were playing, and the gig was over, and we're at the after party, and we're staying up all night because we're catching a ferry the next day. So we're doing songs on that, and somebody walks in, the roommate, really, comes home from the bar, the roommate, and he doesn't request a song, he just walks in with a boom. He says, "Can I do one?" And we say, "Sure." He puts the boom box on the kitchen table and presses play.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was on it?
That's a great question. I
Like
think
Michael
by the
Jackson
time
or
that
something.
happened, the mood had been sort of abrupted.
Yeah.
Abrupted. If it's not a word, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
It
yeah,
is now.
we'll get that as a survey on that later. So, Devin, launch into anything there, and then
Okay.
I'll see what I can do after that.
I've got all 3 Sunshine verses if you need them.
Well,
I can cue
oh,
'em
yeah,
or sing 'em.
absolutely. That the fiddler knows all 3 Sunshine verses.
Oh, good. Okay.
But to keep it fresh, Devin will pick the key.
All right. Yeah. Well, what does it sound like when you strum a C chord there? I'm trying to figure out what's like because I actually have my guitar tuned low. So
tuned.
Is this like
You're a whole step down.
I've
over
been
there.
trying to work out what's going on over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Is this actual C? Try it out.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I don't think so.
No, I mean I have no idea what's in.
This
in
is
all-
actual
I'm a
C.
half step down.
You know, I didn't know I was gonna have
This
to like
is
play
actual
with people
C.
here.
You are hearing it
Oh,
actually.
yeah, okay. All right.
I'm on a new thing though. We'll get back there. I'm not abandoning you. I do this sometimes. Where were we? This is actual C. Listen it harmoniously. From sea to shining sea. This is actual C. It's not the sea of Robert Sarazin Blake, and it's not the sea of Devin Champlin. It's the C that you would be playing if you weren't playing with us and you thought you were really happening. This is actual C. This is actual C. The harmonica player really prefers it when we play in actual C. Yeah, thank you, Peg. Peg's got the idea. Let's end this thing. They're usually only good for a minute. Devin, launch in now.
All right.
Save me.
I'm going to do my best.
Yeah.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. But when I woke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You once told me you really loved me and no one'd ever come between. But now you've left me to love another. You shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. These are the real words. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. One more time, harmonica. I'll always love you and make you happy if you would only say the same. But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, please don't take my sunshine away.
Oh, Aoife, next year at kindergarten, first grade, when you sing a song you know, please don't remember the actual verses. That'd be too heavy for the other first graders, don't you know? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Great request.
Well, the bills are all due. and my baby needs shoes, and I'm busted. Cotton is down to a quarter pound, and I'm busted. I got a dog that won't bark and a hen that won't lay. A big stack of bills gets bigger each day. County wall, my belongings away, but I'm busted. I called up my brother to ask for a loan. I was busted. I hate to beg like a dog for a bone, but I was busted. My brother said there ain't a thing I can do. My wife and my kids are down with the flu, and I was just thinking of calling on you, 'cause I'm busted. Thank you, Devin. Yeah. Little Johnny Cash there by request. Man, we're having a good time, but I guess that leaves you on to do Hollis Brown.
Yeah.
This is the John Cage version of Hollis Brown.
Hollis Brown, he lived on the outskirts of town with
Get that?
4 and 10. Yeah, we're going to work on that. Great request. Great song, great request.
I have a question for Robert.
Well, I know how to answer it.
Great. I was just wondering, as you know, this is the last of these for the year, right?
Yes. Well,
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
miss
about the
it.
calendar year, but it's definitely the end of season 5.
Yeah. Is it possible to see the other concerts on your YouTube page?
You know, you can see more of the kitchen table than maybe I'm proud of on the YouTube page. Absolutely. Not all of season 5 is up, but I believe all of seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 are up. And so there is no lack of kitchen table available to the viewers. But more interestingly, I would like to share with you, we have a podcast and radio show version of this, which is all available at the website. Our associate Jeremy Meehan takes this 2-hour show into a 1-hour show. And now that you've seen the 2-hour show, you can understand why. And that is a 1-hour podcast that you can listen to at any time. And it also goes out on KPTZ in Port Angeles. You know, I've been trying to get on your station there, Devin. Yeah, I know. I'm not putting dollar bills in the right hands. I can't seem to get on no Bellingham radio station will take us. So we're big stars in Port Angeles, people. They roll us 8 o'clock every Monday night. You can listen to the kitchen table, and also folknotebookradio.org. They roll us at midnight Eastern. Yeah, so you have to be like me and have a 1-year-old at home to be catching that show, you know, when you wake up in the middle of the night. Where were we? I think it's time to wrap this thing up. What a pleasure to be at the table here with David Delaney, Jan Peters, and our special guest this week, Devin Champlin. Such a pleasure that it worked out to have you.
Yeah, I'm
and
glad I
trying
was
to
here.
get you for a while. It worked out so beautifully. And to all the people listening at home and have been sticking with us, to all the kitchen table regulars, my heart is warmed by your attendance and enthusiasm for this show. It's been 2.5 years we've been doing this show with little breaks in between, 2.5 years. And we're going to take a couple months off to pull ourselves together. And we'll be back because we're not the same people we were in February of 2020. People said, things are going to change permanently. I said, nah. I've been doing the same thing. I've been doing the same thing so long that the medium that I released my music on has gone out of style and now is back in style again. I'm not going to be able to be changed. Well, I think I've changed. I don't even know how yet, but I know I've changed. We all have changed. It's been a long time since before the big thing. One of our mottos in the early days was, distancing is mandatory, but suffering is optional. So let's have a good time. We always wrap up this one here with this one here in what I like to call the Key of D by Hank Waddell. Thank you to our hosts, Alice and Mike. This beautiful yard, yeah. That's John Henry over there on the sound and on the mandolin. And we are going to welcome him up to the stage because I know the people at home like to know just what the reefer token sound man looks like when he gets up to the stage. Come on up, John Henry. It's legal. It's legal. Well, it's great to see you. Because we thought you were dead. Did you come back to life? Did you get out of your bed? It's great to see you. Was that your ghost? We thought you were gone. Burnt toast, it's great to see you. I whisper nothing, sing softly on your ear. Try to cut short the moment that's here. Shadow it might be, the feeling's clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. Connecticut. It's great to see you. Are you gonna stay? Are you here for the long night? Are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. Everybody's singing with us here. It's all about the times we share. Keep it rolling. We're feeling good on this warm time. It's all about the times we share. Devin, Champlin, Jan Peters, David Delaney, that's John Henry there. Alice and Mike hosted us. That's Jeremy Meehan, who turns into the podcast, and David Penderlocker, who holds it all together, even in absence. Or would we say abstentia? Is that a word? It's amazing. It's amazing. I said that, and audience members just said, that's amazing. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I'm going to pass that on. I guess I already did. It's all about the times, everybody, we share. It's all about the times we share. What a lovely way to end the season. We'll be back in the fall time at some point. Robert, Sarazin, Blake from the kitchen table. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Great show, man. Oh, yeah, I like that. Thank you. So, I had a great time playing with you, right? I also love that your harmonica is just